The Louisiana Board of Elementary and Secondary Education, BESE, is an administrative policy-making body for elementary and secondary schools in the U.S. state of Louisiana. It was created in the 1973 Louisiana Constitutional Convention, called by then-Governor Edwin W. Edwards, and codified as Article VIII of the resulting document, the 1974 Louisiana Constitution. Purpose: BESE provides leadership in setting the education agenda for public education with an emphasis on student and school achievement. BESE also pushes for greater funding of public education. Membership: the BESE consists of 11 total members, 8 elected members from the 8 BESE districts, based on the former 8 congressional districts, since reduced to 6, along with 3 members at large appointed by the governor. The elected members serve 4-year terms, concurrent with the governor. In 2007, the board appointed Paul Pastorek, a former BESE member, as the Louisiana State Education Superintendent upon the death of Cecil J. Picard. Pastorek resigned as superintendent in 2011. In 2012, 8 of the 11 members were required to confirm Governor Bobby Jindal's appointment of John C. White as superintendent. White is an advocate of the Common Core State Standards Initiative, which encompasses educational vouchers, charter schools and in-depth teacher evaluations. Duties: the powers and duties of the State Board can be broadly grouped into 6 main categories, which include enacting policies and adopting regulations governing the statewide operations of public and non-public elementary and secondary schools, including special schools and entities in special school district (L), exercising administrative oversight over functions of the state's 3 special schools: blind, deaf, physically handicapped, and special school districts number 1 and number 2, including personnel, budget, and program operations, administering and serving as the fiscal agent and as program control agent for the Education Quality Trust Fund. 8G. Programs: conducting administrative hearings and serving as a court of last resort prior to judicial proceedings in cases, controversies deriving from board actions, exercising budgetary and fiscal control over the educational programs and services at the elementary and secondary, state and federal funds, preparing the MFP and presenting it to the legislature for approval and distributing funds to local school systems. Other activities: the board has other more specifically defined duties assigned to it by law. These include approval of certification requirements for school personnel, including approval of national teacher examination scores for classroom teachers and school administrators, adoption of policies for the assessment and evaluation of teachers, administrators, adoption of policies for the assessment of student performance, including the graduation exit exam, and policies for remediation of students performing below standard, awarding of diplomas and certificates for successful completion of programs of study, serving as local school board for the state's special schools for blind, deaf, and physically handicapped, coordinating the educational programs in the state correctional institutions and mental health facilities, special school districts number 1 and number 2, approval of textbooks, library and reference books purchased with state funds, administration of school food service programs in all schools, adoption of operating standards for public and non-public elementary and secondary schools, administer the 8G Quality Trust Fund program, administer the state's charter schools program. On March 8, 2017, BESE adopted new science standards for elementary and secondary schools, the first updating in 20 years. The standards encompass the Louisiana Science Education Act of 2008, which protects academic freedom for teachers and students considering scientific subject matter, such as the age of the Earth, human cloning, and global climate change. Louisiana State Representative Beryl Amedy, a Republican from Gray and Terrebonne Parish, had taken the lead in petitioning BESE to include the Science Education Act in the formulation of the new standards. Current membership. 5 of the following members were elected from BESE electoral districts in 2011 and 3. Roma, King and Hill. 1 runoffs. 1st District. James Garvey, Jr., Republican lawyer from Metairie, elected in 2011 and 2015. 2nd District. Kira Orange Jones, Democrat, of Baton Rouge, re-elected in 2015. 3rd District. Sandy Holloway, R., of Thibodaux, succeeds Lottie Beebe of Breaux Bridge, whom she unseated in 2015. 4th District. Tony Davis, R., of Natchitoches. 5th District. Gary Lee Jones, R., of Alexandria, a former superintendent for Claiborne and Rapides parishes. 6th District. Katie Edmonston, R., of Baton Rouge, succeeded Chaz Roma, or Charles Elson Roma, IV, R., of Baton Rouge, son of former Governor Buddy Roma and grandson of Charles E. Roma. 2. Louisiana Commissioner of Administration from 1972 to 1980. Roma did not seek re-election. 7th District. Holly Franks Boffey, R., of Lafayette, elected in 2011 and 2015. 8th District. Jada Lewis, D., of Baton Rouge, elected in 2015. The following members were appointed in January 2016 by Governor John Bell Edwards: Thomas Roque, Lurie Thomason, Jr., Doris Voitier. Most of the members were elected with heavy investment and support by the interest group, the Louisiana Federation for Children. A 9-member board majority has supported school vouchers and charter schools. See also Louisiana Department of Education.